You've done it again. Told yourself just one more video, one more bite, one more scroll, one more spin. And somewhere in the middle of it, a small, quiet voice asked, why can't I just stop? Here's the part nobody tells you. It was never about stopping. It was never about willpower at all. Most people think this is a character flaw, something broken in them specifically. But what if the thing you've been calling weakness is actually a 300,000-year-old machine, running exactly as designed, in a world that changed the rules without telling it? In the 1950s, ethologist Nico Tinbergen ran an experiment on birds. He built a fake egg, bigger, brighter, more exaggerated than any real egg the bird had ever seen, and the bird ignored its own eggs to sit on the fake one. Tinbergen called it a supernormal stimulus, a signal so exaggerated it overrides the real thing it was built to detect. Your brain runs on the same principle. Neuroscientist Wolfram Schultz spent decades studying dopamine at Cambridge, and here's what surprised everyone. Dopamine isn't a pleasure chemical, it's a prediction chemical. It fires hardest not when you get the reward, but while you're anticipating one that's uncertain. And here's the part that should genuinely unsettle you. Decades earlier, psychologist B.F. Skinner ran a simpler version of the same test, on pigeons, pressing a lever. When the lever gave food every single time, the pigeons pressed it occasionally whenever they were hungry. But when he made the reward random, sometimes food, sometimes nothing, the pigeons pressed that lever obsessively, for hours, long after they were full. Uncertainty wasn't a flaw in the system. Uncertainty was the system. Casino designers didn't miss this. Slot machines are engineered deliberately around Skinner's exact findings. The same variable ratio schedule, dressed up in lights and sound. Every app with an infinite scroll, every game with a loot box, every dating app with a swipe. They didn't discover something new. They just read the pigeon study. So if you've spent years thinking there was something uniquely weak about you, the way you can't put the phone down, the way you keep checking, keep swiping, keep refreshing, here's the uncomfortable part. It's not just your phone. It's not just food or gambling or the apps everyone blames. It's in the promotion you keep chasing after the last one stopped feeling like enough. It's in the relationship you can't stay satisfied in, always scanning for what's next. The machine doesn't care if the trigger is healthy or destructive. It just responds to the shape of uncertainty. And that shape is everywhere now, built into almost everything you touch. And once you see it, you can't really unsee it, which, if we're honest, is exactly the kind of hook this whole video is using on you right now. Ask yourself honestly, when's the last time you felt satisfied, not just occupied, not distracted, not numbed, actually, fully satisfied? Here's why that system exists, and why it was never a defect. For nearly all of human history, opportunity was rare. A brain that stayed hungry, that kept scanning even after a good find, had a real advantage over a brain that settled too easily. Seeking wasn't the side effect of survival. Seeking WWAS survival. Neuroscientists can even point to where this lives, the mesolimbic pathway, running from the midbrain to a small region called the nucleus accumbens, lighting up not at the reward, but at the possibility of one. That circuit is ancient. It predates language. It predates tools. It was shaping behavior long before there was a you to experience it consciously. But your ancestors' world had a natural ceiling, a tribe of 100 people, a handful of berries in a season, 1 or 2 real chances to impress someone you loved. Scarcity did the work of stopping you. The environment itself put a lid on how far the seeking could go. Now the ceiling is gone. The feed doesn't end. The matches don't run out. The notifications don't stop generating new uncertainty to chase. The same ancient machine that once had natural limits built into its world is now running in a world that removed every single one of them. On purpose, designed by people who read the same research you just heard. So the next time you feel that pull, that itch to check one more time, chase one more win, scroll one more minute, you don't have to call it weakness anymore. You can call it what it actually is. A very old, very capable system doing exactly the job it was built for, in a world that forgot to build in an ending. You were never broken. You were just running ancient software on a world that never stops generating new eggs.